Devin with the Cage Rage podcast, continuing our coverage of UFC on ESPN Plus 4, the UFC in Wichita, Kansas. And the fifth fight of the night just wrapped up. Grant Dawson making his UFC debut, defeats Julian Erosa by unanimous decision. And I like Justin Austin's tweet right here because I think it sums it up. He says, "Man, Grant Dawson is still a little raw, but the kid is a savage. What a fight." I thought it was a very good fight. And I do think that Dawson is a little raw, but I think he is also a savage. So I do agree with that tweet. And you give me a persistent wrestler who knows what he is, who knows how to grind, who is a competitor and doesn't get tired and pushes forward, and you give me somebody that's not maybe a little bit better of a striker, but not too good at really stifling the wrestler and being able to implement his game plan, I'll take the wrestler any day. And you've seen Erosa kind of getting back into the fight in the second round. I mean, and he started bringing himself in there, started landing some shots, and Dawson started trying to play that game with him of standing in front of him and was actually not setting up his shots very well. But ultimately, in the third round, they come out. Dawson goes right back to the game plan, gets him on the bat, and is just persistent with ground and pound and pressure, and gets the decision nod and takes Erosa right back out of the fight. And I like what his corner was saying to Dawson in between, I think, the first and second round when they were telling him don't give him so much space. And that's what I see with this kid. I think we're going to see a better version of Grant Dawson in the future. This was his UFC debut. He's only 25 years old, 13-1 overall. He came off the Contender Series. We're going to see a better version of Grant Dawson in the future. I just think he needs tightening up. He just needs a little bit of tightening up in his game because he did give him too much space. He didn't set up his shots very well a lot through the fight, and he seems like he still needs some work with his fight IQ and with his stand up. But I think he's a promising kid. I thought this was pretty impressive, and you can tell that he's a born competitor. And definitely a very competitive kid. So I think we're going to see more of him. I think Grant Dawson's a name that we need to remember. I think he will get better, a lot better. I think we're going to see a significantly better version of him even in his just next fight. So good win for Dawson. I think that's a name that we should remember. He's probably who I've been most excited about so far on this card, and who I think is my biggest takeaway up to this point is Grant Dawson. So good fight.